UAP stands for Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena and is the new term for UFO, which stands for Unidentified Flying Object. You may notice that the abbreviation went from flying to anomalous. That is because this new term of UAP captures objects that are flying through all levels of terrain, our skies, space, and the ocean. UAPs are publicly taken more seriously now by the government, with there now being multiple government UAP research programs declassified, UAP Task Force on Government Declassification Transparency, and multiple declassified official UAP videos released by the US government and military. NASA has also begun to publicly take UAPs seriously, and on May 31st, 2023, NASA streamed a 4-hour public meeting regarding the topic of UAP. One speaker that attracted a lot of attention was Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. He is a Pentagon official and the director of the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, ARO, one of the declassified US government UAP research programs. In this live stream, data was presented showing not only have the Department of Defense, the Pentagon, and NASA been covering the UAP topic, but they have documented proof, including classified and declassified data and videos. Dr. Kirkpatrick also discussed how these anomalous phenomena tend to have similar characteristics, with almost 50% of them being reported as round metallic orbs, going from altitudes of 10,000 to 30,000 feet and going from stationary to Mach 2, double the speed of sound instantaneously.
Thanks again to NASA for hosting this public forum for UAP discussion and information exchange. And I'd like to turn to a brief presentation that includes some recently declassified footage and trends for discussion. This is an overall review of all of the analytic trends of all the cases that we have to date. While the numbers may have changed a little bit, the overall trends remain the same. Most of what we are seeing reported by aircraft are at the altitudes where we fly aircraft. That should not be a surprise. You will note, however, that I have no space reports and I have no maritime reports. That is notable, even though we are looking across all of those domains. On the upper right, we have UAP morphologies. The vast majority of what has been reported and what we have data on, a little less than half now, are orbs, round spheres. And in the bottom right, you will see in the heat map of the areas where we get most of our reporting. This is very much a collection biased map. This is where our sensors are, our military and our IC and some of the FAA data. In the middle, it is what we call our typical UAP characteristics for the vast majority of the cases that we see. One way of looking at that is we'll call it a target package. This is the thing we are out hunting for in most cases. Next slide, please. This is an example of one that I showed at the hearing recently. This is a spherical orb, metallic, in the Middle East, 2022, by an MQ-9. I will come back to the sensor question that David raised here in a moment. This is a typical example of the thing that we see most of. We see these all over the world, and we see these in making very interesting apparent maneuvers.
And these aren't just one-off sighting. As Dr. Kirkpatrick mentions, most reports fall into a very similar description of an unexplained metallic orb flying through the sky, performing impossible maneuvers, with no heat signature or exhaust. Dr. Kirkpatrick showed a declassified video of a metallic orb filmed in the Middle East, calling it a typical example of what they see most of. And then he casually mentioned, "We see these all over the world, making very interesting maneuvers." These objects don't just hover, they move at speeds up to Mach 2 against the wind, with no apparent propulsion system. And NASA isn't talking about just a few isolated events. They've logged over 800 cases, with 2 to 5% of them completely unexplained. These objects might not be human technology. This is not new. The same descriptions of these orbs have been reported for decades. Commercial pilots have reported them for years. Navy crews tracked them underwater in the 1950s. World War II pilots called them Foo Fighters. And every time the same details emerge. Metallic sphere, impossible maneuvers, no visible propulsion, and apparent intelligence behind them. So what does this mean? NASA, the Pentagon, and ARO have now admitted that they are tracking objects that defy our understanding of physics. The question is no longer, are they real? The question is, who or what is behind them? Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the UFO Report, and drop a comment below letting me know your thoughts on what or who are behind UAPs.